5 secret ways to make him worry about you. In this video, you will discover how to overcome those excuses that you sometimes have that are getting in the way of him pursuing you, of him making you a priority, and instead you continue to settle for breadcrumbs. So let's stop that right now. So if you are ready to be put as number one, to be put as a priority, comment right below, I am ready. Now, of course, I'm Antia Boyd, founder and creator of the Magnetize Your Man method. And this is the channel where we magnetize your man so that the man you want desires and, yes, pursues you forever. Of course, look, if you like anything about this video, what I wear, my background, I would love it if you would give it a like, push that bell button as well on the top, and of course, comment and subscribe to my channel and share it with all of your girlfriends. And of course, listen to the very end for a very special bonus secret on how to for sure make him worry about you. So let's go ahead and dive right into the 5 secret ways to make him worry about you. Da-da-da-da. Number 5, a queen holds. Now, ladies, what can happen so often, especially when it comes to texting, that you just want to let the guy know everything about your day, how your shopping trip went, how the birthday party was. You just dump it all on him. I so often see women send me screenshots of text messages with paragraphs. And I'm like, girlfriend, do you want to see this guy again? Because right now, he doesn't need to see you because you're basically having a relationship over text message, okay? And what that does is like it actually communicates insecurity. A queen is secure inside of herself. She doesn't need to release everything right away. She can hold a little bit of mystery and has capacity inside of herself that, of course, increases her way of beingness, her energy, her magnetism, because the man wonders, like, oh, what's up with that, right? Like, she just gave me a one sentence answer, right? Or she's just, she's just like, I need to catch her like a butterfly, basically, right? Versus her actually delivering herself on a silver platter right at my door, and I'm supposed to feel masculine and happy to pursue her. Remember, ladies, if you want a man to pursue you, you have to grow his muscle of pursuing. If you actually shrink his muscle, guess what? Nothing is gonna happen. And I just got off the phone with another woman where, again, she is just running after the guy. Nothing is happening. He's not initiating anything. So let me know right below which ones are you when it comes to texting. Do you feel like you do need to write this paragraph? You do need to let this guy know in detail, like what happened last weekend? Or are you actually okay with like just letting him know, hey, it was great, I had a good time. That's it. And leave that rest up for imagination. Which brings me to number 4. Ta-da-da-da. Leave room for imagination after the text. Now, the ... works really, really well. Also, not answering questions directly. You see, we don't even know how to process most often our own thoughts. Okay, ladies, you guys have to know that. And so what that actually means is like men may ask you questions that don't really matter. They don't really care what the answer to that is. They just want to build rapport. Okay, so what you want to do instead is like you just want to kind of banter, right? And you don't want to just like, answer all those questions. You could just say, oh, hey, we could really get into this right now. But why don't you tell me, if you were a favorite animal, what would you be and why? If you were an animal, not your favorite animal, or maybe your favorite animal. Right? Just like, do something different. Leave room for imagination. The same, of course, also goes for pictures. So if you're online dating, right? Like don't show too much. Always leave some room for the imagination, because that, of course, strengthens his pursuing muscle because it's intrigue, okay? If you want to know more, gosh, how in the world am I going to do that, Antia? I don't even know examples for that. Well, no problem. I got the solution. Join our free Magnetize Your Man Facebook group with over 5,500 women in my community. mymfbgroup.com is your key to your fortune, so to say, to your flirting fortune. Now, a very practical tip, number 3. If you're like one of those women who are just like, I gotta look at my phone all the time, and I don't want to be available, but I don't want to pretend I'm not available, then just put your phone on airplane mode. You see, I always have my phone on airplane mode, so my friends are already used to it, okay, that I actually choose when I want to interact with them, when I want to respond to them, right? My friends know when they call me, if it goes to voicemail, you can't just call me in the middle of the day unless I was just answering a text message and then you just catch me, okay? So the same is true here. I remember when I started dating my husband, and he actually taught me this, and in the beginning it was super annoying, right? Like, oh my gosh, but it's also kind of cool because you don't know, when is the other person going to see this? When are they going to turn their phone back on? And of course, it helps you if you're more of an anxious attachment style, because it decreases the addiction, because your phone is on airplane mode. So you're not responding to anything. You don't see any messages. Also, by the way, while we're at it, turn all your notifications off in a notification center in your phone. Okay, so another way how to decrease addiction to your phone, which is of course the lifeline to your man when you're not exactly around him. So very practical tip here. So let me know in the comment section who's ready to do that, at least for a day. And then of course, number 2 is have plans with new friends. So you remember we talked about creating intrigue. So intrigue happens when something new occurs. So the man may be like, wait a minute, you were out with Susie and with Mark, and I've never heard those names before. Like, you always just mentioned, John and Melanie or something like that, right? Like, so he'll like notice, he'll be like, who are those new friends? Wait, are they dating, or are you dating Mark, or what? Should I be concerned? So also really helpful when it comes to, intriguing and kind of like causing a little bit of healthy competition inside of himself, that of course also helps you to, not take you for granted. And he'll actually start worry a little bit about you. He'll like not gonna take you for granted so much. And of course, this of course totally held true when I was starting to date my husband and I was seeing other people. So if you're in a camp where you're like, well, the man is going to give up if they know that I'm going to date someone else, or if there's somebody new in the game, you're absolutely wrong. They actually are going to put their foot down if they're really serious, if they're emotionally available, right? They'll be like, who is this person? I don't like that. Like, I want you to date me. Okay, that's what you want. You want him to claim you. And you're like, Antia, how in the world do I do that? Well, I'm so glad you asked, because I have a very juicy new offer for you, which is my ultimate love recipe beta program to make him fall in love with you. So if you want to learn more, hop on over to ultimateleverecipe.com and learn how. Number 1, and I talked a little bit about this, is newness, is surprise the part in the brain that wants to predict everything, which is broke up. So surprise him. And honestly, how to do that the best is like surprise yourself. Like, do something that you normally wouldn't do. So maybe you wouldn't normally wear a certain color, or maybe normally you talk to him in the morning, talk to him at night, or like you probably talk to him at night. Or maybe you just always text messages, send him an emoji, right? Or you always like text message each other. Like, I would say use a voice message, right? Do something different. Surprise yourself And that also means that you stop actually projecting onto him this expectation that he's going to be sort of the source of your happiness or the source of your expansion or the source of your variety. But you can actually say, wow, you know what I did when I was starting to date guys, I did things where I was like proud of myself. I joined Toastmaster International. I learned speeches. I learned public speaking that I was terrified of because I was actually in, was it like 12th grade or so? I almost got an F in one of my presentations because I just stalled. I froze. I blacked out. And I never attempted public speaking ever again. Well, you know, now I've spoken on over 100 stages worldwide. So this is what happens, right? But I remember when I was driving, I was proud of myself. There was something that was fuel inside of myself that no man could give me, right? Or raising your hand when you're scared to be called on, or whatever the case may be. Do something different. Surprise yourself. So of course, as usual, comment below which of these actions are you ready to take. I wanted you to be honest with me. And of course, for those of you who stayed until the very end, here is my bonus, which is break state. Okay. So what we actually really all want to experience, the reason why people take drugs, the reason why people eat chocolate, the reason why people have sex, the reason why people, I mean, just, you know, is because it is causing a state change. Now, this, of course, comes directly from Tony Robbins. And what that really means, think about, okay, so how can I break state, right? So normally, maybe you're more of a serious person and tell a joke. You know, I remember when I started speaking, I would literally start like breaking state. And, you know, normally every speaker would say, and especially I remember when we spoke at Harvard, for example. So every speaker would say, hi, my name is Dr. So-and-so. And in the next 15 minutes, I'm going to explain to la, 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 la. So everybody was like used to, okay, you get the introduction and then you get the la, la, la. And people got like really bored and got up and got coffee and talked and side conversations. And I said, you know what? I got to do something different. So I just said, the volcano erupted in the most luscious, most beautiful colors that the human eye has ever seen. Did that break state? You better believe it did. You better believe that everyone who had just gotten up to get their coffee turned around and like, what is going on? I had all of their attention and we could actually give an effective presentation that got also the attention from the audience as well. So think about what that is for you. Do something different. Do something crazy. Do something out of the ordinary. Okay, and let me know how that goes. I'm curious to hear. Of course, as usual, if you love this video, comment, like, and subscribe and share it with all of your girlfriends. And if you are still a little bit struggling with like getting that interest back from him, like that I'm recommending for you to watch If He Lost Interest Because You Were Needy, this will bring him back. Ladies, I had so much fun filming this video. Lots of love to you, and I will talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.